In this video, we're talking about why self-compassion is so important as a father. This video is part 2 of our 3-part video series on self-compassion. If you missed the first video, what is self-compassion? You'll want to make sure that you watch that video first before this one. We'll link it here and also in the description below. Be sure to stick around until the end of the video, as you'll then be able to understand how much of a positive impact self-compassion can have in your life. Hey guys, I'm Jason Kreidman with Dad University. If you are interested in achieving your full potential as a father, visit daduniversity.com and consider becoming a member. You get unlimited access to all of our courses, videos, and more. The cost is pay what feels good, so you get to decide what you want to pay. Hooray! As a dad, we often put taking care of our children, our spouse, or even the family pet in front of ourselves. We will make sure that everyone is okay, and then we'll worry about ourselves. While that's a noble idea and can work well in the short term, you can't properly take care of other people long term unless you are okay. Eventually, this will catch up with you. It may show up as resentment, but it can also manifest itself as frustration, exhaustion, stress, anxiety, or even depression. In our Great Father Mindset course for members of Dad University, we talk about how the expectations that we place on ourselves can be a recipe for disaster. When you have an expectation that providing yourself compassion is weak or somehow you aren't deserving of it, this can really harm you and can cause a downward spiral. For me, realizing that I don't provide myself compassion was eye-opening, and I feel like it's a huge missing piece for me. I do a lot of things that are supposed to make you feel better. I eat well, I exercise, I meditate, I practice gratitude, yet I often feel overwhelmed, stuck, or down, or anxious, or have other negative feelings. I'm not sure how it is for you, but when I get this way, I actually get down on myself even more for feeling that way. I have feelings of weakness, that I'm not good enough to handle it, or that I should be able to get through my problems quickly. I'm doing all of the things that I should, so what is the problem? Lack of self-compassion. Until recently, I had never really thought of the idea of giving myself compassion. I would provide it for someone else, so why wouldn't I provide it for myself? Would that mean I'm weak, lazy, or unmotivated? While I may have thought that, it is simply not the case. In fact, according to research by Dr. Kristin Neff, a leading expert in the study of self-compassion, if we criticize ourselves, we're actually putting stress on our minds and body. Self-compassion releases oxytocin and endorphins, which helps us reduce stress and increase the feelings of safety and security. So why is self-compassion so important as a father? Research has shown that people who are more compassionate towards themselves tend to be more happy, are more motivated, have higher life satisfaction, better physical health, less anxiety, less depression, have more confidence, better relationships, are more resilient. So it basically improves and promotes your overall well-being. This sounds like a pretty powerful practice to me. Now, research data is great, but when you experience something firsthand, it's a lot easier to believe and promote it. I can tell you that since I've begun practicing more self-compassion in my own life, I do feel a difference. Another reason that self-compassion is so important as a father, we set the example for our child. In our Lead by Example course for members, we talk about how important it is to teach our child that mistakes are okay. Now, with self-compassion, failure and having these negative feelings are all part of the human experience. We all go through difficulties, hardships, and have frustrations. And self-compassion allows us to recognize our difficulties and provide ourselves kindness while we work through them. The difficulties are just a part of life. It doesn't mean it's the way it's always going to be. It just means to recognize when you are having difficulties, and just that recognition is a step forward in getting you through it. Pretending the difficulties don't exist isn't going to help you get through them in the long term. We can set an example for our children to recognize when they might be hurting and for them to practice self-compassion. While we often teach our children how important it is to have compassion for others, it's crucial to teach them to have compassion for themselves. With all the benefits that self-compassion can bring to our lives, why wouldn't we want to teach this to our children? I would love to hear from you. What is a situation that you are faced with currently in which you could give yourself more self-compassion? Is it feeling like you aren't a good enough father? Could you be a better husband? What area of your life do you criticize yourself? Leave your feedback in the comment section below. If you want to learn how you can become a member of Dad University, be sure to visit daduniversity.com. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and click on that notification bell. If you know anyone that you think might enjoy or benefit from this video, please share it with them. We'll see you next time.